now?
I don't know what it was. Okay, yeah, I can hear you a lot better now.
So maybe it might be a little better.
No problem.
Much better. So sorry about that. Oh my, it's technology, being home, Zoom. I'm sure you can relate, and we're going to talk about that. Girl, it's a lot. But first of all, thank you again, and shout out to the fans. Thank you guys for all your patience. Thank you for joining us on this
you too.
lovely
I love that
Saturday.
necklace.
You look so lovely today.
That stone is beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I got this from, I'll plug, by Lolita. She sells it really dope Buddhas and all that.
Yes, it looks great on you.
Lately.
It looks great on you.
I've been trying to. Thank you so much. So first of all, how are you doing? Because like 2020's been wild. We're in a global pandemic, elections, racism, violence, so much craziness going on. So how are you personally doing? And how are you?
I mean, I'm doing well. I'm really excited about my movie coming out, and I don't know. I'm kind of still trying. I'm still in school, so I'm like literally like typing, just submitting assignments at this point, like just submitting by 11:59. So that's, you know, that's a struggle, but I have one semester left, so I'm really excited about that. I'm doing okay though. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing the best that I can. And we're here, so it's a blessing. That's all that I can ask for. And I'm excited to be talking to you, but you brought up school, which is pretty cool.
I'm a senior, thank God.
You're a senior, right? Congratulations. So question for you, how has the transition been for you from physically being in school to now being home on Zoom all day, trying to stay focused? Because I know for me, working from home, it's a little difficult for me.
It's been so weird. Like, I think a lot of my classes are science classes, so it's like been really strange to like have to do that online. I took a class over the summer. I took a statistics class over the summer, and it was horrible. It was actually like when all of like the protests were happening, and like I was everywhere, like, you know, like being pulled in all these different directions and whatever. And like my professor was like, hey dude, you got this like 60% on this exam, are you okay? It was a pretty difficult transition. Just even like staying focused. Our lectures were like 3 hours long. I was like, I'm checked out after like 20 minutes, not even gonna lie.
That's me at work. So I try to ask people like how they're doing and how they can stay focused. Because I know me working from home and trying to stay focused.
I'm like, okay, but what's happening on Instagram? That's really what I want to know. I don't want to know about these statistics. Like, right.
What? Who's
That's
going
really
live?
What my mind is on.
And then you same. So you're gonna be graduating. You have one more semester left. So do you have any?
Yeah, I have one more semester left, which is like exciting. But I've been in Baltimore. I grew up in Baltimore, and I go to school here. So I'm planning to move out to LA, and to do acting full time. So it's gonna be nice to be able to like focus on like my career and focus on my creativity. So I'm really excited for that. I'm like, that's also a part of my procrastination. Like, I'll have my lecture in like one tab and then have like Zillow on the other tab, like looking at apartments.
I was gonna ask you, I'm like, how does one balance school, senior year, exams and all that, but balance like the acting life, and now you're about to move out to LA? Like, how do you find balance in between that?
I think that like that is the balance for me. And I mean, I'm so used to it because I started acting in high school, and then I like told my team, I was like, guys, I think I want to go to college. And they were like, no. I mean, they were very supportive, but so basically like my whole college experience was like, I was telling someone this the other day, like I remember having the Ghostbusters audition, and I like didn't know what it was. It just said like Sony Untitled, whatever. And I was like in the middle of exams, and I like got this audition, and I was like, guys, I'm in the middle of an exam. Like, I have exams. Can I just skip this one? And they were like, no, you absolutely shouldn't do that. And I remember like leaving the library, like going to my dorm, putting my little iPhone there, recording the audition, and then running back to the library to study. So I think that like having both things is balance for me, because I know if I was like just in school, I would be like, I need some creativity.
Yeah, I think it's a good balance too. It's a good balance to kind of have both and to check in and check out of like one or the other. So I think that's pretty dope. But speaking about acting, your brand new movie Freaky was just released. Last night was Friday the 13th, so it came out yesterday. So this movie seems pretty cool because it's like a mix of Freaky Friday, but it's a little different twist. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's basically the title when I first got the script was Freaky Friday the 13th, and that is like the perfect like title slogan for the movie. It's basically a slasher horror film meets a body swap. So a teenage girl named Millie is like really shy and quiet. She swaps bodies with this like murderous serial killer, and then I play one of her best friends, and so I'm like trying to help her swap back to the correct body.
Okay, it sounds really dope. So Nyla, who is Nyla? Like, and did you feel like you identified her with in any way? Because I see in an interview you said that she's kind of like the mom of the group.
Yeah,
so
Nyla is
like the mom of the group.
She is kind of like the moral compass of the group. She's like, guys, this is wrong. She's like the woke friend too, even though that's like a questionable word. But like, she's a woke friend. She is like very loving and caring. She's like very loyal. And she's really the one who is like, okay, guys, let's make a plan. Let's execute this plan so we can like get this shit sorted out. You know, she is like, let's get down to business. Let's figure it out. And in that way, I absolutely identify with her. I think that if I was in this situation, I absolutely would be like, what is the plan? We need a plan. So yeah, it was easy to play her in that way. Just like her focus and determination, I think I really identified with, which is nice.
That's awesome. I feel like you
need yes.
You need someone to be like, guys.
You need someone to ground it. Like
let's get it together. Yes. So I know that you said that you're not a huge fan of horror. You're afraid, just like I am. And I know for me, though I am afraid of certain things, my favorite holiday is Halloween. So I'm a little curious about certain things. So you not being a huge fan of horror, and now you're in this amazing horror/comedy film. How was it filming it? Like, was it super freaky? Were you freaked out? Were you afraid when you're running and turning corners and there's a serial killer?
It honestly wasn't scary at all. Like, we literally all were like best friends on set. Like, we were like joking and laughing in between takes. Like, Chris, our director, would have to be like, God, like, guys, focus. This is a scary movie. Please. So it honestly wasn't scary. And also my character wasn't really involved in all the like blood and guts. So I wasn't on set for that part. Although I did come to set for the chainsaw kills, because I was like, I kind of want to see how they're gonna do that. There was like blood everywhere. It was fun though. It was really fun. And now I'm like, okay, I could do horror. I could get with this maybe.
Did you leave kind of being a fan of horror
honestly, because I think there's like movie? First of all, it's really cool to like be a part of a genre that has like such diehard fans. I feel like horror fans are like, they are serious. They're serious. They do not play games. And I think that's really cool to like be a part of like kind of a little family in that way. And also, yeah, definitely I was like, okay, I could do another horror movie. I could maybe try watching them, because I think knowing what happens behind the scenes and like knowing how they do things makes it a little less scary. You're like, there's just some guy like holding a like plastic bag full of like fake blood in the background, like throwing it. So it's like not as scary.
I love that. I love knowing like the behind the scenes stuff and seeing it, and when you're watching something really creepy and scary, you're like, oh, okay,
right.
They probably laugh in between takes, and all that good stuff. But it looks really fun. And I know on the comedic side of it, you guys have someone like Vince Vaughn, who is a comedic legend, but he's also big in improv. So is that something that you've picked up on, or have you always been a fan of improv?
Yeah, oh my God, absolutely. I had never done comedy before, and so I kind of just went into it like, let me just learn as much as possible. And I mean, he was like the perfect person to learn from, which was like really, really cool. So I learned so much about like what it means to be like a comedy actor and like how to perform in a certain way, and he did a lot of improv with us, so that definitely like pushed me out of my comfort zone because I had never really done improv before, and I think that has made me a much better actor also, just being able to like work with him, like bounce ideas off of each other and like learn from each other in that way, because he also was pretty collaborative, like in terms of him building this like teenage girl character. Like he would ask Misha and I, like, would a teenager say this? Like, is this hip nowadays? And like, yeah, no, everyone was really, really committed on that set. We read the script, we were like, this is insane, so we just have to fully commit, because otherwise it won't work.
I love it. So Freaky came out yesterday on Friday the 13th. How can people see the movie? Is it out in theaters?
So it's out in theaters right now, but it's going to be released on demand shortly, in a couple weeks. So everybody stay safe. If you can see it in theaters, you should, with your masks and social distancing and everything, because it's really like a fun movie to experience with other people. But also the same effect if you're home, like with your friends and your family and stuff. It's a really good movie to like gather around with some friends and family and watch and just have a good time with people. So it'll be on demand in the coming weeks, so people will be able to see it from home if you can't see it in theaters.
That's exciting. I'm excited to see this movie. Something else I'm excited about, you talked about this earlier, you're going to be in the new Ghostbusters, The Afterlife. So that's amazing, which is slated to come out next summer. Fingers crossed, because I know the world's been really weird and a lot of things have been pushed back. So I'm like, please give us Ghostbusters next year. So congratulations on that. So were you, before, I know you said when you auditioned, you didn't even know it was auditioning for Ghostbusters. So what was the reaction for you? Like,
it was so funny. I think the first audition, I had no idea what it was, but then the callback, they were like, hey, so this is gonna be like a Ghostbusters movie, and I was like, oh my God, like I should have taken that audition way more seriously. But it worked. It ended up working out. And I mean, I had watched the movies growing up, so I was like, all right, this is huge. This is so exciting. So that was really fun to find that out, because I was like, all right, now time to get serious. Like,
yeah, I was gonna ask, because I know a lot of times when people, you're part of a movie that's either it's been out before, it's a remake, or something that's kind of like a classic. Have people ever watched it before? So you said you've watched the originals before doing this movie. So I know Ghostbusters.
They're like really serious. Well. Oh my God, when we were on set, like there were people that would like come to set in like Ghostbusters outfits with like gear and stuff, being like, woohoo! I was like, oh my God, like that's literally so sweet. Like that's so cute.
Oh, that's so dope. So congratulations on Ghostbusters. We got to get you back like around summer when the movie is slated to come out, because I would love to talk about that when that comes out. But I know this is like a quarantine time, and sometimes you got to figure out what to do. So currently, right now, are you binging?
Oh my God. Right now, I'm watching Ratched. I'm binging Ratched right now. It's so good. I was like, all right. You had me at Sarah Paulson. Like, you had me at Sarah Paulson, for real. She's incredible. Like, I know, I'm literally so addicted to that show. And it, like, really scares me every time. Like, it really, like, creeps me out. And I'm like, no, like, now I've been in a horror movie. Now I'm gonna really try horror. I can't get scared this easily anymore. I gotta man up.
I was gonna say the genre of like horror for you, and like Ghostbusters is not like a horror, but it's like kind of like in that genre. I was gonna say, do you see yourself being in more horror films? Because I would love to see you in more like horror and slasher films?
Yeah, I mean, I
going
would
down that
love
route?
to be in more horror films. I would love to be in like sci-fi, like fantasy films as well. I don't know, just anything that like pushes me outside of my comfort zone is like kind of what I'm trying to do, because Freaky was way outside of my comfort zone, and it was like it was so good for me as an actor, and like as a person. I met the best people, and it was such like an amazing experience. I was like, all right, if something scares me, that's how I know it'll be a good thing.
That's how I feel. Like, I am not a horror person, but I love Halloween and I love haunted houses. And my friends are like, "That's so weird." I'm like,
Right, the
I don't
math
know.
isn't adding
We
up,
figure it out
but
as we go
that's
along.
okay.
It's not mapping right now. So with binging, you're binging Ratchet. Are you listening to any music right now? And what are you listening to? Like, if you could have 3 artists on your playlist, who are those 3
Oh my
artists?
God, I am listening to Lexa Moore right now. She's so good, a rapper, I think from the UK. And then Smino, as always. And I'm bumping my friend Yori's music right now. I think her stage name is Rayo, but she just released her first single, and it's so good. So
yes, I love it. All right, those are the comments, the fans. You guys got to listen, take all of that in. Listen to Celeste's playlist. Talk to us about Bipedal.
yeah.
I know that's a social media
Oh my
thing you
God.
started.
So me and my best friend Mecca, basically we're like, we would just go thrifting and then like do photo shoots for each other all the time, and like make style outfits and do the whole thing. We would just like wake up and be like, what do you want to do today? Like, let's take pictures. And so we were like, why don't we just do this for other people? So basically our little business is people will hire us, we'll like style them. We have so many clothes, so we literally just use the clothes that we have, sometimes the clothes that like our clients bring, and then we will go and do photo shoots with them. And basically our goal really is to like empower marginalized people, so we really make a priority to shoot women, trans people, non-binary people, Black people, all types of different people, because we really think that like anybody can be a model and should be a model and should feel good, you know. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. That's how I'm spending a lot of my time. I actually have to go to a shoot right after this.
Oh, I love it. Oh yeah, look at you. You are super busy. You're killing it. Celeste, thank you so much for kicking it with me and hanging out. And again, you have to come back. Would love to talk to you more. It can be even before Ghostbusters comes out. Just come and hang out with us. You are so much fun. So let the fans know where they can follow you, where they can find you.
Follow me on my Instagram at Celeste_O'Connor, and I post a lot of things there, so you'll get my updates from my page. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. I would love to come back and hang out again for sure. Yes, you are now officially part of the Where's the Buzz family. So you are more than welcome to come on in. Celeste, thank you so much. Make sure you guys check out her brand new movie, Freaky, which came out yesterday on Freaky Friday, Friday the 13th. Make sure you guys check that out. Thank you. Check out Ghostbusters. Thank you, Celeste. All right, you too. Bye-bye. You're very welcome. Have a great weekend.
Where is the buzz?
Oh, yeah.
Where is the buzz? You said we used to be ashamed, bro.